What are the key differences between, therapy versus like holistic health for in your view?
Well, therapy, if you're specifically talking about psychotherapy, it's traditionally more about the process. It's more about a client who maybe hasn't spoken about being perpetrated or how they have felt insignificant with their father start to talk about it. They're no longer denying it. Many people probably could benefit from therapy because they just don't talk.
Right.
So I feel like it's kind of an initiation to start exploring those things that maybe had influenced you. However, there's really not a goal for some solution. It's kind of to hold that space, and sometimes clients will see a therapist for 20 years and they still have depression. They
Hmm.
still are single and they don't want to. But uh, what ends up happening is that, the therapist becomes kind of a friend, I guess, and a confidant. And, the idea is that you're not in a relationship because you get clingy and you have attachment issues because you were abandoned. But that's not true. That might have influenced this person. However, there's ways to break through that, and I've seen it. So with coaching, it would be most coaches are more in the moment and it is outcome driven, such as if this person who had been single for a long time and they had been supposedly abandoned when they were a kid, like say the parents got a divorce and they just never saw their dad again. Uh, that a a coach would talk about what do you want, what's in your way right now, and how can we get there. Therapist is interested more in like how does this make you feel, what happened, where are you in your life. So there's kind of more like this introspection and exploring with therapy, with coaching. We're looking for progress, but
Interesting.
when you combine them together it's very powerful, and that's the work I do.
And in my experience with therapy, I always feel that, to piggyback off of your point, they're looking more for the cause of what's making you feel the way you're feeling. Whereas, sometimes there'll be doctors, they'll be like, oh, you have this symptom here, take this kind of medicine. Whereas therapy is like, okay, what is the root cause of why you're feeling this way? Why are you feeling depressed? And how can we get you to a point of where you want to start making progress? And that's where your line of work with the coaching comes in. And
Mhm.
I feel so many people take therapy for granted or just don't believe in therapy because that stigma of, oh, I don't want to tell people my problems, I don't want to have this conversation, and
Mhm.
dig within ourselves of trying to get to that level of feeling better.
Well, anyone listening to this or watching us, let me tell you something. I'm going to let you in on a secret. The majority of your close friends and family already know your shadows, and they just tippy toe around it.
Hmm.
When you do that one thing that you do a lot and make excuses for, they know you're going to get defensive. They bring it up, or you're just not ready to hear it. But there's no secrets. There are no secrets. So rather than getting intertwined with a family member who's biased to where they might blame you for that behavior and how it impacted them in a negative way, take it to a therapist, take it to the coach, where you can say, I think I was an asshole to, is it me? Is it her? Or whatever. You get an objective perspective.
Yeah.
And it's really good. It's a lot easier for you to see yourself in a pattern with someone who's not in a pattern with you.